What's up and welcome back. I'm Sean Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and it's never too late to check out this movie. This is Elton John, Never Too Late. This is a documentary that's available on Disney Plus and presumably Hulu. I don't know. I don't know if it matters anymore. I watched it through Disney Plus and it had audio description. So I loved watching Elton John talk pretty extensively about his sexuality, his drug abuse, the dark side of his life, all on Disney Plus. I love that part. I was like, this is. I hope the kids find this one. um, so yeah, this is. It's only TV 14, so it's actually not that bad. It's just funny because I mean, like your kids aren't going to accidentally click on an Elton John documentary, but I just always think it's funny when it's on there, when stuff. Now that Disney Plus is like hybrided with Hulu, I love seeing, like that top scroll, and you've got like Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse, Alien Romulus, like. Uh, Parents, I hope you have your parental controls on because those are two wildly different things. um, so this is a great look at Elton John. He's really kind of open about pretty much as much as you would expect him to be open about. This is one of those things I would liken it to Martha, the Netflix documentary about Martha Stewart, where there's enough out there about Elton John and his life that he can't run from. I mean, there's an entire biopic called Rocket Man that already dives into some of what he already talks about in this. He just alludes to more of it and is willing to give us a little bit more of the scars from over the years, a little bit more of his darker moments, a little, the not quite clean story of Elton John as he's preparing for his like final American tour. Of course, he's been dealing now with vision loss. He can't. He has like much more limited vision. I don't think he's living in darkness. I just think his vision has dramatically decreased. But he refers to himself now as blind. So I know he can't see sheet music, like to read and write new music anymore that way. But yeah, this explores his relationships with various people, very first boyfriend, what it was like to be queer in the 70s. It talked about Bernie Taupin and their long-standing partnership, and Bernie's here to comment on it too, with like it's funny because I didn't know. He's like, yeah, we're seen as being this great writing group, but sometimes I would just write a song and I wouldn't hear it again. I'd do my part and send it to Elton, and then I wouldn't hear it again until it was done, like until it's recorded. So not much of a partnership, but just sort of like a part A, part B. And yeah, Elton works through that. He has like some adorable moments with his kids, which is great. The husband's here, not a lot, but I mean, like he speaks a little bit. It's mostly Elton. So if you're a huge Elton John fan, this is going to be for you. There's some performances, so that's great. Some other stars drop by. Dua Lipa is in this. So yeah, I liked it for what it is. Like I said, sometimes, and I say this usually with anything that's like a bio or now that I've started calling content creation. We're starting to blur the line between what's like content creation for streaming services and what actually feels like a real documentary, with an actual perspective. Sort of like Val Kilmer's documentary was really specific and sort of interestingly created and crafted. But then we have a lot of documentaries that are just kind of like about people now. They're just like, well, here's a doc. We have time. We made a documentary about this person. And some of them are interesting, like Stormy. It's like, okay, I will Yes, she's of the moment, and I'm sure there are people who want to know more, so that makes sense. Some of them just feel like they're content creation, where it's just like, did you know more about this person? Would you like to know more about this person? Why are we talking about this person right now? I don't know, because we have money, you know? Um, Elton John, obviously, it's because it's his final tour, and that's what it's based around. This movie is considered eligible for Oscar consideration because its song is on the original song shortlist. It's not anywhere else. It didn't get shorted for documentary. So it's the only chance it has is original song, which I could see them nominating Elton John one last time. I mean, he's up there in age. He just had the health condition. It's the same thing that they kind of do for Diane Warren every year, and I don't think she has a song in contention this year. So he could take the sort of like the fifth spot, the like the out of feeling like some seemingly out of nowhere, where you're like, what is this movie? But then you're like, oh well, that's because of the writer. He's sort of a beloved songwriter, so I could see it. Um, I like the documentary, and yeah, it's like for me, it's like Martha. They're still alive. They don't want you to know the worst shit they've ever done. Um, I also don't need every movie to be blonde either. Like that's the thing is I don't need every movie to be that. But somewhere in between, there are biopics and movies where you feel like you learn uh, the great truth about somebody, about an artist, and nobody's perfect. And I'm happy that in these documentaries like Elton John and Martha that they're starting to realize that they're up there in age. People already know quite a bit. There's already enough out there that why hide it? But there's always a chance that there's still a little bit of stuff that Elton just doesn't want to talk about. So um, I enjoyed it, and I love the concert footage. He still sounds great. Dude sounds amazing. So hearing him go through some of the greatest hits was just your song and Candle in the Wind is in there for a little bit and stuff like that. So yeah, it's it was a great movie. I liked it. The audio description is actually pretty nice. Uh, it was present. This is mostly like a talking head documentary that is supplemented through concert footage in between, like actual like performances. So you don't want people talking over Elton singing because it's like why you came here is to hear him talk and hear him sing. So there's not like a lot of audio description like how you would feel with documentaries, but it was there. It didn't feel like it was completely absent. It came in, it found the little interjections where it could to try to give us something. But for the most part, it's, I, I really do grade documentaries almost like on a curve just because of the nature of how so many of them are done, where I can't really critique it because there really aren't breaks to interject. Sometimes there are. Sometimes you get a documentary that's very voyeuristic and is looking at things without talking. And those documentaries are like, where are you at? But this one is not that. This one is a lot of Elton talking and other people occasionally popping in and having some thoughts. So, this is for fans. If you're a fan, you'll like it. I'm gonna give it Elton John, Never Too Late, an A-. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.